Welcome to The View. And as you all know, Elizabeth is out on maternity leave, and sitting in is our special guest and our friend, co-host today, Megan McCabe. We're the black girls.
I know. I like their leather pants.
I like your leather pants. Well, black girls, white girls, we're happy everybody's here. Oh my goodness, you know what? Happy 9909. 999. It's all single digits, you know? It doesn't happen that often. It's one of the rare things that happens, and I liked it, and so Bill liked it.
What does it mean? I mean,
well, you know, some numerologists say that the 9 on the positive side means forgiveness, compassion, and success. But then on the negative side, it's arrogance and self-righteousness. So you get the yin and the yang of the 9.
Who made that up?
You know who made it up? The same damn people who said you can't wear white after Labor Day.
Oh,
those fools.
I never knew where that came from.
It's ridiculous. Poor people don't have those kind of choices. Oh, I better not wear this. I'll get in trouble.
But it's been adapted from, you know, because I remember being in Chicago. If you put on white, you know, after Labor Day, everybody was like, you can't wear white. But nobody ever knew the reason.
Well, but with global warming, shouldn't that rule change now? Because we're all hot.
Well, here's the question that I have. Because if you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day, what do white people do?
Labor Day, what do white people do?
All white people back in the room. You cannot come out until summertime.
No, it's the same.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's the same people that care about Michelle Obama's shorts. It's like we've gone so far, done so much, and people still care about these things. It's just stupid.
But you know, back in the 1920s, it was a thing of if you were rich and you went off for the summer, it was a status symbol. You wore white because back in the city you wore darker clothing, so you went away and you wore the white linen stuff, and then when you came back, when you re-entered into society, you wore your dark clothes, and then it was accepted by the middle class when they got bigger, because it was like it was a status symbol, it was an entry into the.
Who told you that? Gloria Vanderbilt?
And so people have, you know.
Well, it's like obesity. When people are poor, they're fat, then skinny people have status, and the opposite is true throughout history.
So when you're poor, it's a status symbol to be thin.
To be thin. Now, that's why it's a status symbol to be thin, because poor people are heavy. It's the same idea, sort of.
I don't know what to say about that one.
Well, thank God today is back to school day for millions of kids. One of those children will find out the answer to these questions and let us know. Preferably, I hope it's Sherry's son, Jeffrey. You took him to school today.
It was first day of school for a lot of kids. It was Jeffrey's first day of school, and I took him in, and his dad flew out too, and so we took him in. I was just so emotional at letting my child go. I think that parents cry because it's for us and not them, because Jeffrey went, bye, Mommy, gotta go. And he was gone, but they finally, Jeff told me, you gotta leave, because I was so emotional, especially because he didn't want to kiss me, he didn't want to hug me.
No, hell no. No.
It's just like, but this little boy, I can't even call him my baby anymore. It's just like you see him, he's 4, girl, but it was just my baby.
Mommy, go, Mommy, go.
You know, when I was in
breathing room, I can breathe on my own. Mommy's not there.
When I was in kindergarten, my mother, who was Italian, I mean, so that explains. Well, that explains the story in a way, because she took me to school, and the teacher said, "Okay, Mrs. Acuto, let her go." And she wouldn't let me go. So the teacher and my mother were in a tug of war to take me.
Was that traumatic for you?
It was very traumatic. I remember it to this day. And I then pretended that I was sick for about 6 months in first grade so that I wouldn't have to go to school. And I fooled everybody. They thought I was sick. Isn't that
you
great?
wanted to stay home with your mom.
What a little liar I was. But she refused to let go of me, and it's not right.
It's that thing of letting go. It's hard.
Very hard.
I'm with Whoopi on this. I'm like, whatever. Like,
but you don't have kids either, Megan.
But I do. I've got a kid, and I was glad to see her go off and do stuff.
I know.
As my mom was glad for me. You know, she was like, you know, this is where the next step begins. So I was like, cool. She took me to that little Catholic school. I got in line with all those other little kids. I had my uniform on. First grade, Jack. I'm in first grade.
You know, it was...
Went right in.
Jeffrey went away for 3 weeks to be with his father, and I was so glad for the break. But when he was gone, I sat there the whole time going, what am I going to do with myself? You know, it's so much you validate yourself as a mother.
Now.
Yeah.
It's a good question to answer now because they do continue to grow.
Yeah.
And at some point...
And then with my baby and his wife, I'm going to be right there.
Does he have a girlfriend?
No, he doesn't have a girlfriend. No. You said you don't...
girl who I will meet before you move in with her. And I will instruct her to bar you. You know, because now... At some point, you have to decide to have your own life. Yeah. It's very important that they see you living a life so they know what to do.
Yeah.
You can't cling like that.
Let them read a book. Why do they have to watch us?
Is that why you don't want to have children?
You know, last time I came on here and I said I don't have kids, I have friends that just had a baby and are pregnant right now, and they got really mad. So they were like, you don't know until you know. So I want to clarify, maybe when I'm 50, I don't know, 50. But
by the time you're 50, you'll be able to have babies.
Like, Megan, what are you going on The View saying you don't want kids? I'm pregnant right now. You're so insensitive. And I was like, I'm sorry. And so I now have changed my mind a little bit.
When you're 50, you'll be in management, not labor.
50, girl.
Here's something you'll have to be thinking about. We don't have to think about it much. I do with the grandkids. But President Obama gave his back-to-school speech yesterday, and after all the conservative outrage leading up to it, some liberals ended up being offended for it because they said it was too conservative.
Yeah.
What? You know,
look, cannot win.
He quoted Bill Bennett from the Book of Virtues, which is literally a book I grew up on, having my father read to me. And obviously, I grew up in a conservative household.
Some kids read Goodnight Moon. He read that to you.
Book of Virtues, yes.
Very good thing. You don't want
it had really good, like I use metaphors from it even now, but it was just interesting that he quoted Bill Bennett in it, and I found it very conservative when I was watching it.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah.
Which is a very Republican message, you know. Go take responsibility for yourself, go to school.
Yeah.
You know, that's a very Republican message.
And the part where he said, don't become a rapper, I was like, well, and don't be careful what you write on Facebook. I was like, that is a good message because people get in trouble.
Don't become a rapper.
The president.
He did say that.
One of the things.
The president.
Look at
talented rapper. I mean, I don't know.
No, I don't think it was don't become a rapper like that's a bad thing. But look at other options. It's just like don't want to just become an actor.
Yeah, sorry, he meant
go behind the scenes.
The odds of you becoming in the entertainment industry.
I find it very odd that they consider that a conservative message. That's the message I grew up with.
Absolutely, it's not.
You are responsible for your future. Yeah. And here's what you have to do. You cannot wait for somebody to do it for you. I mean, and I don't consider myself totally liberal or totally conservative. I'm kind of in a weird mishy-mashy middle. But it seemed to me that none of the kids apparently fainted or were like changed into some strange children. It seems to me that the president is what the country may have to be, which is a little bit of both, a little bit country, a little bit.
These people out there.
But I think originally it was supposed to have, I mean, from what I have read, originally it was supposed to have policy involved and a pamphlet possibly handed out at the same time. Just what I've read.
Nobody has any evidence of that with these lesson plans. It's so much.
The country is crazy right now. I mean, the guy says, stay in school. Oh, he's a communist. Work hard. He's a Marxist. Do your homework. He's a fascist. I mean, they can't stop calling the guy names.
Yeah, but all Republicans are birthers right now.
I mean, but is that fair to say all Republicans are
no, I mean, the stereotypes.
Birthers are the people who insist that he was not born in this country. That he was not an American citizen.
These are stereotypes that are everywhere. That
to your dad. See, people don't check they don't look at stuff. They said that your dad didn't have an American citizenship because
he was born on a Navy base.
Because people don't know any better.
I think people are just frustrated right now. And I think there's lots of stereotypes going on in the media. I mean, I personally have had to stop watching evening news and evening television because I started getting anxiety watching any shows because
Dancing with the Stars. That's what I'm telling you.
But it's just a very, very interesting time in politics.
Kind of time. But the fact that the kids survived President Obama's address, I'm thrilled to say, is a great thing and good for America. And we'll be right back with more Hot Topics.